Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Arrow Season 8, the final season, and this will most likely be my second last ever video on Arrow. And it's because we're going over the trailer for the finale, Episode 10, otherwise entitled Fade Out. Whew, for the last time, let's watch this trailer.
Next Tuesday, see how it all started.
Arrow has been transformative in every way that you can imagine it would be.
And watch how it all ends.
Oliver's mission is far from over.
Arrow full night series finale event. Next Tuesday at 8/7 Central, only on the CW.
So honestly, just watching that promo made me want to tear up. Just talking right now makes me want to tear up because Arrow has been such a big part of my channel since, you know, the beginning of it. Just, did Arrow, even through the, I really started doing my channel during the tough parts, which was end of season 3 and beginning of season 4, but I still, you know, looked forward to Arrow every single week. So the fact that we're at the end is pretty crazy, and it's like an end of an era. For not only just my channel, but obviously just the Arrowverse in general. Like, I honestly can't believe that it's ending. And I know, like, it's been known for a while that this was going to be the last season, and, you know, throughout these episodes we're leading up to the end, but it's still, it's going to be weird when it's gone. But obviously, last episode we had the attempted continuation of the legacy of Arrow, which was Green Arrow and the Canaries, where, you know, just the backdoor pilot for the spin-off. Obviously, this will be changed. A backdoor pilot is pretty rare, backdoor pilot. What happens in there, 100% of it stays. There will be changes if it does get picked up, but we'll come back to that in a second. But yeah, there's a synopsis for this episode. It's pretty much just saying it's the final episode of Arrow. Felicity returns. It reveals literally nothing outside of Felicity coming back, if you didn't know that. But of course, in the comments section down below, let me know your favorite moments from Arrow, as well as anything that we talk about in the video, of course. But just let me know what your favorite moment from Arrow, whether it's a particular season, a particular moment, a particular character. Just let me know your favorite part. I want to read what you guys have enjoyed most from Arrow over the past 8 years. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, this is the last time you can leave a like on an Arrow trailer breakdown, which is crazy to say. So if you want to drop a like, show your support, show your love for Arrow, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could do that. But yeah, just back to Green Arrow and the Canaries. A lot of people have been asking me, will Green Arrow and the Canaries get picked up? And if so, when will it be announced? Now, as I've said throughout the entire time I've talked about this potential spin-off, I'd be very, very surprised if it didn't get picked up. I think it's got about an 80% to 90% chance of getting picked up. There is a small chance that it won't get picked up, and that's just due to the schedule. They might not want to fit another DC show in there, and various things like that. But it should get picked up for the most part. In regards to when it will be announced, by the time this video comes out, it could be announced. From what I've heard, or from what certain people are saying, like journalists, apparently it's been picked up. But we won't know that until the CW says it. That's pretty much what we're waiting on. The CW will be the ones that have to announce it, and they might be waiting to get a final confirmation or final word on maybe like another show. So they might announce Green Arrow and the Canaries and Billy Bob Goes to Bobtown, and those two shows are going to get picked up. So they might be waiting for that, but we'll have to wait and see. It could be tomorrow, it could be when this video is out, or it could be in 2 weeks' time when they announce it. It's pretty much just a watch this space sort of thing. But with this Arrow finale, it's actually technically a 2-hour finale event. So it's not a 2-hour episode. There's confusion going around there. It's a 1-hour episode, but before the episode, during the first hour, there's a special called Hitting the Bullseye, and this will feature like interviews with the cast, like Stephen Amell and various things like that, and the people who run the show and people who've been involved with the show in the past and stuff like that. So if you have been an Arrow fan since the beginning, like myself, or even someone that picked up the show partway through, or even recently, and you binge watched it, this should be a very nice watch. I can't wait to watch it. I love this type of stuff, like behind the scenes interviews and what the show means to certain people. I'm looking forward to it, and then that will lead into the series finale, which I'm sure will make all of us cry. If it doesn't make you cry, you're not a true fan. But speaking of regards, I mean English, in regards to some of the stuff in the trailer, we do only get a couple of new shots, to be completely honest. Now we get to see Laurel, Dinah and Renee at Oliver's memorial. They're holding like candles and stuff. We did see this statue in the backdoor pilot for the spin-off. And we do get a look at it in the trailer as well, but you got a better look at it in the, I guess, the spin-off thing. Now, apparently this memorial thing will have a few guest stars from other shows. I can't confirm any of them outside of Anatoly. He's the only one that I know that's going to be there, but I've heard there's some interesting guest stars apparently. So do keep your eye out for this scene when it does happen. I'm assuming it'll be towards the end. I don't think it'll be the last shot, but it should be one of the last shots in the entire series. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to talk, to be completely honest. We do see Roy and Thea running on a rooftop. You can sort of make out Roy's mechanical arm, like we saw better in the promo images that came out a couple of days ago. I guess the big thing with Roy and Thea, which a lot of people will want, is will they have like a happily ever after, between them two? You'd hope so. I think the fact that they're together in this stuff makes you think so. Roy isn't at the funeral from the promo images. Thea's there, Roy isn't. So maybe the funeral's towards the beginning of the episode, and all this stuff happens in the middle, and then it ends off with the memorial. It's hard to tell how they'll play out this episode just because of how different it is, because your main character's dead, so he can't be there in present day in regards to at least like the funeral. Like he's not going to attend his own funeral. That would be a bit weird. So I don't know how they're going to play out this episode, but hopefully there's a happily ever after between Roy and Thea. I think that's what a lot of people would want to see. Now we also do get a shot of the crew, or some of like the Arrow team, or Team Arrow might I say, in the bunker, which has Dinah, Diggle, young William, future Mia, and we will come back to her in a second. Roy, Laurel, Ragman, Lila, and Thea. I was just lying. I just said there's no other shots of Roy and Thea. Well, they're not at the funeral, but you see them in the bunker together. They're not standing next to each other, but they're in the bunker together. But in regards to where is Felicity, we know she's in the bunker thanks to promo images. I don't know how long Felicity's in this episode, because there was talk that Emily Bett Ricard's only filmed for a couple of days, so that would sort of limit her to only like a handful of scenes. But I think they're advertising her a lot, so I guess she's in this finale a decent amount, because they do flashback stuff as well. So I'm assuming she's in the episode a decent amount, but we'll have to wait and see. But in the trailer, they do show her encounter with the Monitor from the end of last season of Arrow, when she goes into that portal to meet Oliver. Now, I think what I would like to see is the follow-on from that. Now, I know a lot of people like Olicity, yet it ruined the show at stages. However, that's the relationship that was set up. That's the relationship we ended with, and I think it's the relationship that those two should have a happy ending together, regardless of the past, the present, or anything like that, and how you've experienced that relationship, and how weird it was in the show in some ways. I think them having a happy ending together is a good way to end it. So I'd like to see, and I think a lot of us do want to see what's on the other side of that portal. What's on the other side there? What's Oliver? Is he Spectre on the other side of that portal, and everything like that? It'd be cool if we got that. Whether we get it or not is another question. But we'll have to wait and see. But in regards to future Mia being back in present day, I'm not sure how that lines up with the spin-off, because from what we know at the moment, it doesn't really make sense. But we do have literally nothing in regards to context to these scenes, because she is wearing the Green Arrow suit without the hood. So this would link to something which we'll talk in a second. But if you have any ideas as to how this could make sense, let me know, because as I was sort of hinting to then, the only thing I can think of is that this is maybe Mia from Crisis that is somehow here and not just erased and put back to the one that we started off the backdoor pilot with. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It is important to remember, I guess, that Dinah in that pilot from, the last episode is from after this series of events, the funeral and everything like that. Same with Laurel. We are led to believe that, at least. Who knows? They might have been lying to us. Hopefully it makes sense, because fair enough, Laurel and Dinah being here, because those events in the backdoor pilot take place after this, but Mia shouldn't be here. But it does look like it's the Mia from Crisis. So hopefully it makes sense, because they won't have much time to explain it. So we just have to give them the benefit of the doubt that they will be able to explain it, even if it's quick, even if it just makes half the amount of sense that we need it to. As long as it makes some sense, then I think we're all good with it, because it shouldn't be like too much of a focus, to be completely honest. Let's focus on Oliver. But in regards to what happens in this episode, I think the main thing they want to do is wrap up the characters, especially the core characters that have been there since the beginning, which include Diggle, Laurel, even though it's a different Laurel from later seasons, Felicity, obviously Oliver, Thea, Roy. They want to wrap up those characters, and then even characters that came in later, like Curtis, and even like Ragman, things like that, even like Dinah, even though it doesn't really matter wrapping up Dinah, because Dinah actually becomes sort of irrelevant in this episode because of that backdoor pilot, if you've watched it. So yeah, I don't know if you'd really even bother focusing on Dinah. But anyway, and also like wrapping up Renee and everything like that. Maybe spurring him onto what he's going to be doing. So they've got to wrap up the characters. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do it. I think the main ones they sort of have to wrap up, though, are definitely Diggle. Laurel doesn't matter too much because she's in the backdoor pilot, which will probably be the spin-off, which will most likely get picked up. But Diggle's a must, and I'd say Felicity's a must as well. So yeah. But with Oliver, I think, well, most of his stuff should be flashbacks. But I'd like to see that the flashbacks are to moments with at least the majority of these characters, and maybe even moments that explain why some characters are no longer dead, which were revealed in promo images. So these include Moira and Emiko Queen. Quinton Lance apparently is in this episode as well. I'm not sure if Tommy Merlin is though, but if Moira and Emiko are alive, I'd like to see like the moments in which they were maybe present, you know, after if they didn't die, or maybe if they were in those situations where they could potentially die and something else happened. I'd love to see that. Whether we see it, who knows, because they've only got a short amount of time. They've only got about a 42-minute episode to get through it all, so they might not have enough time to get through it, but I would like some maybe explanations. Who knows if we're going to get that. I'm hoping this finale, I think this finale will satisfy most people. Will it 100% satisfy people? It's pretty hard. I don't think any finale ever does that. It's really, really hard for a finale to do that, especially when your main character is dead. So he's not there in present day. So it's going to be hard, you know, to do anything in regards to that present day story. So it's going to have to be all done through flashbacks, I guess, with Oliver, if you're looking forward to some wrap up with Oliver as a character. But as I asked you guys earlier, like in regards to what's your favorite Arrow moment to leave in the comments, I'll just tell you mine. Like really, my favorite Arrow moment is just really experiencing season 1 and 2 live when they were airing. Most of you would know Green Arrow has been my favorite character. He still is. So when Arrow was about to air on TV, it was like not a dream come true, I guess, because I wasn't sitting there dreaming of it, but it was just like, I was just so happy that my favorite character was getting his own show. So watching season 1 and 2 live, which are up there in regards to like the best like comic book and superhero television seasons, just watching those live was just amazing. Just seeing it play out for 8 seasons, regardless of, you know, some crap seasons here and there. I've enjoyed the entire ride, and it's going to be super sad to see it go. Like super, super sad. And I will be reacting to the finale. Might see me cry on camera, so I guess bookmark that event, because let's get some screenshots going and meme it up. God, that's probably going to happen. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on this. There's not much new stuff in the trailer because I guess they're wanting you to watch the episode and get all that there. But yeah, as I said, let me know your favorite Arrow moments and what you're looking forward to in this finale and all that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you on my next Arrow video, which will most likely be the series finale reaction. So I'll catch you guys then. Goodbye.